Hey, hey, hey. What's up, my good peoples? It's your girl, Coach Tressa. Welcome to my Convicted to Grow YouTube channel. Listen, I am so glad you are here. Why? Because on the channel, we also have the Convicted to Grow podcast. And listen, we are in season 2. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Why? Because this season is going to be different. It's a new season, new conversations, but real growth. Okay. Last season, we did a lot of interviews, but this season, we're going to really have true conversations as it talks about growth. See, no one talks about growth behind the scenes. And here's the thing, it's more than the wins. It's behind the scenes, the work. It's more than the destination. It's the journey. It's the growth that no one sees behind the scenes that you are doing, what it takes to rebuild after setbacks, what it takes to enter a new season, finding yourself, rediscovering who you are in this chapter of yours. And so I'm super excited because let me tell you something. I always say, listen, I'm not an expert in this lane when it comes to the podcasting world, but guess what? Y'all gonna grow with me as we go through this thing, okay? And with that being said, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And I can't wait for you guys to take this journey with me for season 2. Now, what to expect on this YouTube channel? Yes, you're going to get the podcast, but you're going to also get other things such as daily inspiration from my shorts. I'm going to be doing behind the scenes and really showing y'all what it takes to really navigate this life, navigate work life with harmony, and not to mention how to thrive without burnout. Okay, that's a whole nother story. So with that being said, watch me, watch the guests, follow us, support us, and I love you. Mwah. Hey, hey, hey. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, my good peoples? Happy Friday, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Convicted to Grow podcast. I'm your girl, Coach Tressa, speaker, coach, all the things. And today, y'all, listen, it's another day. Third episode into season 2. So thank you. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for supporting my journey, my brand. And if you haven't yet, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also feel free to share this out, but also make sure you give us a thumbs up. Just know it's all greatly appreciated. So, with that being said, let me introduce to you my next guest. You got your coffee ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. She is a life coach, a speaker, workshop facilitator, an MC with over 30 years of experience in positive youth development, education, and advocacy. As the founder of Carla Shelton Speaks, she operates from the champion framework and one conviction. And that is purposeful action can change not just a life, but a generation. She speaks, she trains, she leads, she transforms, she do all the amazing things. And so I'm super excited to welcome my next guest into season 2, none other than Miss Carla Shelton.
Hey,
Hey,
thank you so much for having me.
how are you feeling?
I feel wonderful.
Okay, you listen, it's Friday. I,
Yes.
I said, come with the energy, girl.
I listen. I be having energy anyway, though. That's one of the reasons why I like being, with your community because listen, we a whole vibe all by ourselves.
Yes, yes, yes. And she's an early bird. We ain't gonna even talk about that. Like an early bird. She's on that ET time. If you know ET, Eric Thomas, she's on that 3-4 o'clock time. I'm like, what? Did she just send me a whole scripture song idea? Whatever it comes to her mind at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, she gonna send me a message.
And you know this.
Yes, 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 yes. And shout out to everybody who's joined us on live on Facebook and also on YouTube. We appreciate you. We see you in the building. So, but let's go ahead and get started. Today we're talking about rediscovering who you are. And I am super, super excited to talk about this because so often at times, we go through the seasons, right? The seasons of life, right?
Mhm.
We spent years on the job. We spent years taking care of the kids. We spent years, being in relationships and friendships and all the things that when seasons change, you sometimes lose yourself and forget who you are becoming, because we've been so consumed to pouring into everybody else. And once the season is over and you into this new chapter, you're like, wait a minute. You start rediscovering things about yourself that you didn't see before. So we're going to be talking from about that from different angles, as well as in getting to know a little bit about more about Carla. So without further ado, tell the people a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What are you passionate about? And one fun fact about you that people may not know.
Okay, as you said, my name is Carla Shelton. I am a life coach, speaker, educator. I'm also a mother. I have two children, amazing children, my daughter Joy and my son Anderson. I am a proud Philadelphia resident, native. I live in Atlanta now, but I'm a Philadelphia native. Definitely a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I'm also a very proud Christian woman. My walk with God has been very, very important to me. Without faith, like none of the things that we're able to accomplish would be possible. And I'm also a proud member of the Convicted to Grow community and the Next Level Speakers Academy. So that's a little bit about me. What am I passionate about? I'm passionate about young people. I've always been a person who likes to pour into young people, to give them opportunities to enrich their lives and show them things about themselves that they may not realize. And also, I'm passionate about helping single moms kind of get back on track when they are struggling to make it through some of those earlier years when things can be a little bit more challenging. So that's a little bit about me.
Yes. Let's not pass. First of all, two things. She said she was an Eagles fan, y'all. If y'all know, y'all know. Hold on.
Look, look. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. You know, I always got my Eagle stuff close by.
Listen, I ain't from Philly, but I represent Philly all day. Shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, we going home. We taking a Super Bowl today. This year we taking it. But also you mentioned about the community, and we'll talk more about the community later, but I do want to give shout out because like you said, you're in the next level speakers community as well as my community. And, we are mutually in there in that community. Shout out to the next level speakers community and the leaders over there. We appreciate you as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So when we talk about rediscovering who you are, tell the viewers and the listeners a little bit about that. What does that mean to you when you think of the word rediscover?
Well, I know I spent many, many years working in office administration and for nonprofits and for corporate. And what I learned is that although it helped pay the bills, it didn't really give me the kind of fulfillment that I was looking for from working. So I transitioned a couple years ago into education. So I've been working as a substitute teacher, mostly in the special education uh, area for the past 2 years. And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, this is my purpose. This is what God called me to work in the school community where I can pour into not only the students, but also so many people who are like on the edge of, just feeling like they want to give up because they don't have people pouring back into them. They're getting depleted daily between challenges with the administration and challenges with how to educate kids with all these constraints that have been placed on them. So I know that God put me in schools to be a light in that space, and I'm really happy to be a part of that education community.
Awesome. Yeah, no. Salute to you. Salute to all my educators out there. Like, I know we have a few in our own community, and I know you guys are mentally gearing back up for that. So shout out to all the educators out there as you continue to lead with impact, and really truly be that light for the youth. And so we appreciate you. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what season, when we think about the seasons of life, what season of life, and it could be several, that calls you to rediscover yourself?
I'm sorry, there was a little bit of glitch in the connection. Can you repeat the question?
Oh yeah. What season of life caused you to rediscover yourself? What was the moments or seasons in your life that you would like to share where you were in that rediscovery phase?
Well, definitely once you have children, things shift a little bit. So what you used to be able to do, um, you're not always able to do it, move it the same way. So like everything from planning trips to um, just everything, like how you manage your household budget, all the things have to be shifted. And it's not that you can't do things or can't be successful. You just have to be more mindful and intentional about how you move. So definitely rediscovering myself when I added the identity of mother to myself, that was a shift. And then there's another shift that happens when your kids grow up and become adults, because now you're still a mother, but the responsibility level changes because now you have adult people that can be responsible for themselves for the most part, and you just have to continue to be able to like shift from being a parent and a kind of like a leader to being more of a coach for them, because you can still kind of give them advice and guidance, but now it's up to them to kind of make those choices.
Yeah, yeah. Also, you're frozen on our end.
I know it looks like I'm frozen over here too, but I
That's
can
okay.
still see you and hear you.
You can y'all see her? Yeah, and I don't know if you need to refresh, go back out. That's okay. That's what it look. We live, so that's
I'm
what.
gonna refresh it and see if that helps.
Okay, okay. Look, y'all, that's what happens when you're live, all right? I would say for me, I've been in course different seasons, and each season taught me something. There was something, like for example, when I was in my grief season, and I was in that season of sadness and a season of depression and a season of self-medicating myself, like it really took for me to tap back into my why. Like, why are you here? What, why? Like, my why was, okay, I know my vision is bigger than my zip code, it's bigger than my reality. And going through the grief and going through a season where I felt like I was in isolation, I rediscovered that I'm a whole vibe by myself. Seriously. This was a season where I had to navigate singleness. Like, I had always been used to being in relationships after relationship, that this was a season of being single, grieving, grinding, growing, all with gratitude. And over these last couple of years, even going from grief to burnout, what I learned about myself was that, Tressa, it's okay to slow down. It's okay to take a pause for the cause. It is okay. And during that time, getting in tune with God, leaning on his understanding, that's when I had to set the boundaries. And I don't know about y'all, but those boundaries is either gonna make or break. Meaning connections, friendships, family. People not gonna understand. Like, hey, I need some time to myself to work on me. And what I rediscovered about myself was that if I put my mind to it, as far as the discipline not to give up, the discipline to work on me mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and all the things, that's what shaped me and really truly guided me to where I am today. Another thing that I rediscovered, even in the season from dealing with burnout, was I was measuring my success based on output. Like, I felt like I had to do all the things, output, output. And I feel like I couldn't tell people no. Like, hey, Chelsea, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? You got time? Can I pick your brain? Can I do this? Can you get Now there's boundaries to it. No, I can't. No is a complete sentence. So that's one of the things. Oh, you back, you back, you back. You want to pick up where you left off with that?
Talking about just like the shift that happens when you become a parent.
well, rediscovering, pretty much coming out. I'm mentioning about me rediscovering, just coming out that grief and that burnout phase,
Yes,
and just learning, just like, I don't know about you, but like even in my single season, I'm learning like I'm a whole vibe. Matter of fact, y'all put that in the chat. I am a whole vibe.
absolutely. Well, listen, you know, I'm in my single season as well, and one of the things that I really like, and I got this from my mom. I got to give my mom shout out to my mother. She taught me, no matter what, be your own best friend. You can't be a best friend to
Yeah.
anybody else. You can't be a best friend to yourself. You got to get to know yourself. You got to get to trust yourself, trust your gut feelings. Um, and like I can treat myself out. I have gone out to dinner and spent $100 on myself because I'm worth it. I'm not waiting for somebody else to elevate me. You know what I'm saying? God elevates us every day, by giving us the strength to get up and go out and do the work that we're doing. And so if I have an opportunity to do something for myself, I'm gonna do that. I know I'm a regular I'm a regular attendant. I go to movies with one of my good friends. We have like a standing movie date. So at least we're going to catch dinner every week, just the two of us, and we kind of do that. And I've also gone to matinees by myself. I'm going to Broadway shows by myself. So, you do what you have to do. Whatever fuels you and feeds you and makes you feel good about you, you should do that more. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you are working in a capacity of being of service directly to others on a day in day out basis, like educators are, like people that work in the healthcare industry, like people who are counselors, people who are other life coaches. Like, we are always pouring out into others, so we have to do
Mm.
things that recharges us. So that's one of the things I do. I'm a total foodie, so I'm always trying to look for new restaurants to go to, no matter where I travel to. I'm always looking for things, and getting to know you is a beautiful thing, because then you don't realize who's watching. Someone is always watching. So when you're
Girl.
doing you, you're giving other people permission to do the same thing. People that always say, I have people have called me all the time. Carla, you're a single mom. How are you able to take these fabulous vacations and this, that, and the third? I said, because I don't wait for life to happen around me. I intentionally set uh, a savings plan for myself. If I want to go on a cruise and I know that cruise costs $1,500, I know I got to save so much money per month so that I can pay for that cruise. If I want to take my kids with me, then I know I got to do that times three, because it's me and two other people. So all of these things happen because I be intentional about what I'm doing, whether it's working, whether it's saving, or whether it's serving.
Yes, I love all three, and you're right about that whole doing stuff, like taking yourself out. Like, I'll buy myself flowers. You know, it's something about my granny always said, "Don't wait till I die and you give me my flowers while I'm living." And
Yes.
listen, you ain't got no man, so guess what? I ain't gonna wait to find one to get me flowers. So I treat myself, like, literally, and it's crazy because like my daughter, bless her heart, she'll every now and then pop up with she'll drop flowers off or whatnot, but she sees me doing it, right? And I just enjoy it. It's just something about the energy of the flowers coming downstairs and seeing them. But when you told me before about taking yourself out, remember I was like, you go to the movies by yourself? Now I have not did that yet. I have went to like the restaurants, and then I'll taking my laptop with me. Um, you said to be found. Look, they probably like, she in work mode. We ain't even gonna go mess with her.
And you know what else is fun too? I'm gonna tell you. You ever heard of that called Meetup? I have going to meetups in Philly, like little networking events around the city, and just to be in an environment where people are doing stuff, where they're growing. So if you want to be around more entrepreneurs, find out where the entrepreneurs are meeting in your city and go do that. You know what I'm saying? Be intentional about doing that once or twice a month. Go
Yeah.
out, meet people. I met a couple of great travel agents that way. I've met a couple of people that I've built friendships and relationships with along the way. So you just never know, who you can meet and where you can meet them, but you're really going to find people that you can connect with when you're doing things that you have in common, like going to the movies or going to a concert or going to a museum or something. It's just always another opportunity to get connected with people just by focusing on being the best version of yourself.
Yes, Jessica said, I love self dates. Priscilla said, buy the flower, nice restaurants, cozy coffee shops, enjoy yourself by yourself. Yes,
Yes, all the
it,
things.
it
And you
really
know
is.
what? Listen, and for those of you who are single and are scared to travel, go on a cruise. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there are so many different activities on a cruise that you can do. Even when you don't have anybody with you, they have game shows, they have parties, they have bingo, like you name it. It's always something that you can connect with. They do line dancing classes, they have yoga classes, they have all kinds of fun stuff to do. So if you never have been on a vacation or you haven't been in a while and you're thinking, oh, I can't go because I'm by myself, I don't have anybody to go with, do not wait for somebody to be present, because you
Mhm.
will meet somebody. You might even meet your best friend, or for you single people out there, you might meet your future person if you just go
Hey.
give it a chance. So I would encourage people to invest some time and some money and some energy in taking yourself on a vacation, because you deserve it.
Yes. Look, Trisha said, I love self dates too. Me and Trisha gonna be on, look, Thelma and Louise in the car. Girl, she gonna be like, girl, where you going? Get them heels on. Get them heels on. No, not them. Oh my goodness. But yes, no, and speaking of that, when you were saying like going to networking events, another thing too, in different seasons of my life, when I started rediscovering things that interest me, I had to get around that energy. See, here's the
Mhm.
thing. You have to surround yourself on the level that you're trying to go.
Yes.
Either you're going to stay in a place, stuck in a place, or you're going to say, you know what? I'm ready for new things. Well, here's the thing about new things. When new things come, new environments, it comes new growth, right? You can't stay stagnant around the energy, around the conversations that continue. Because right now you building, you rebuilding, y'all are seeing this journey. We're picking the picture, right? We
Yes.
just came. Persephone just said 3 weeks ago about that awareness, the first step of transformation. We talked about last week rebuilding after life happens. And today, look, after this life happens, that's going to be some things that you rediscover about who you are. What do you like? What do you enjoy? Right. And I say that to say, because when I was in that season where I was at the lowest of low in 2023, it took for me to see Eric Thomas, promoting the Next Level Conference. That conference is what got me out, because I was like, I'm over here grieving. I'm about to go to Atlanta and meet some other speakers. Like, but I needed to be in the room because of the energy. And guess what? I left there saying, I got to move the needle. I said, this would be the last year that I be stuck. Lord, convict me to growing. And from that point on, but it was that community part of it, of me saying, oh my gosh, what? I could actually get paid to speak. Like, I ain't got to be like, I'm doing it for Jesus. It's free. That's a whole nother topic. But I say it to say, started hanging with the people on the level I was trying to go. It started
Yes.
like sparking something. Do you feel like that?
Absolutely. That's why community I'm big on community. Community is super duper important, because community reminds you of who you are and who you're working on becoming on the days when you don't feel like it. It's going to be some days. Everybody have good days and bad days. And on the days when you're just like, I'm drained, I don't have any more energy, I'm tired or whatever, you have people in your community behind you. Girl, didn't you just aren't you working on that book? Get that speaking gig last week? Or didn't you have an amazing session? The last workshop you did was off the chain. When you need to be reminded of the impact that you're making, and that the work that you're doing does matter and make a difference in the lives of people. So community is super duper important. And definitely Next Level, that's really their sweet sauce. Their coaching is great and wonderful, but the people that are in that community is really what makes it extraordinary. They have, a lot of people in that community from all different kind of backgrounds, all different kind of industries, and people are so transparent, and they just pour into you and are willing to share. It's very seldom that you can get into a community where people keeping or anything like that. And that's one of the things I appreciate about your community as well. You really do pour back the curtain and just pour out, to young and women of all ages. I won't say just young women, but women of all ages and stages. You meet people where we are, and you kind of help us get to our next area of growth for ourselves. And I love that about you. I appreciate that so much about you. So
Oh, thank you.
continue doing what you do.
Listen, thank you, thank you. I receive it. I receive any compliments, any encouragement that I get. I really do. Um, and just give you guys a little backstory. Says we're talking about communities and the power of community. I actually met Carla. Oh my gosh, hold on. Pandemic 2020, 2021, 2021, 2021. Dr. Eric Thomas, E.T., the hip hop preacher, had a conference called the 120 Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. I was at a place, I was like, I'm going to the conference. Matter of fact, yes, I remember, because you got to remember it was that whole vaccination before you fly type of thing. And I was like, man, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. Matter of fact, I treated myself to a first class ticket. And somebody said, why are you doing first class? It's just Atlanta. You're only gonna be in the air for 45 minutes. And I had to look at the person. I said, but it's the experience for me. I don't care if it was 30 minutes. I'm taking first class. But I said to say, I met Carla at the conference. We were over there in the VIP section, and just networking, and we exchanged numbers or the Instagram, whatever. Periodic, we started following each other. So periodically, just tapping in, months go by, tapping in. Hey, you going to the next conference? Yeah, girl, I'm going. You going to Chicago? No, I ain't going, girl. But we stayed in touch the entire time. And then, matter of fact, and I started going live on TikTok. She came through the streets over there. But Convicted to Grow, when I birthed Convicted to Grow and started the Convicted to Grow, Carla was one of the first. She had came to the vision board. You was at a vision board workshop or something. No, it was a vision. Yeah, it was something I did.
And you had a vision board. You had a vision board workshop, and then from there you launched your community, and it was like, oh yeah, for sure. Anything you doing, I'm about that life. Let's go.
Listen, but let me just tell. I want to sit here for a minute because I want to encourage somebody that needs to hear this. When you're first starting, and even rediscovering who you are, but when you're starting to build, right, it may get discouraging days when you don't see the fruits of your labor right away, or you don't see the client coming in, or you don't see the views or the traction, and you don't see the growth. I got to encourage you to keep planting the seeds. Keep planting the seeds even when no one shows up. I remember when I first kicked off it was a virtual event. And I remember no one showed up but me. It was only Carla. It was the very first one. It was like probably about almost 2 years ago, but me and Carla had our whole vibe to ourselves. I think we stayed on there for 2 hours. And from that point on, I said, oh yeah, she'll ride or die. She'll ride or die. Because she did not have to stay on, but we stayed on. We got to know more of each other. And as I continue to build Convicted to Grow, even to Confident Woman Experience, she's still here. And I say that to say, get you some trusted confidants in your corner, but get you people that want to see the vision grow. But don't get discouraged when you don't see the fruits of your labor right away. Y'all been planting this for years. I'm just now in my due season, right? DUE. I'm getting my due season because I had to do DO for months and months and months, putting the work in. So I just want to give you your flowers because you have been someone that has been in my corner. And she's like, I don't play about you, Tressa. I don't play. I said, girl, put your backpack on. Come on to Maryland.
You already know how we roll.
But I say that to say community. I knew when I created my own community, I needed that. I needed that community because I felt like, all right, God, you are drawing me to women to help women find their voice again and show them what you know, and don't gatekeep and be the light, and I got to give another flowers to Coach Nikki Saunders from the Lions Behavior Community, because she's pushing me and holding me accountable for my own goals. So it's so important that even when you're rediscovering and you're growing and you're building, get into a community, get you trusted confidants, but get you somebody that's going to hold you accountable. Okay. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, and I will say this, when you were talking about rediscovering yourself, one of the things that I rediscovered about myself through Convicted to Grow and now Confident Woman experience, I didn't realize how much time I've spent stifling my personal creativity. I remember some of the activities that you gave us during the Confident Woman Challenge. It was like, this is so cool. Like, I was so what's the word I'm looking for? Risk. I'm gonna say I was risk averse to post it on social media. I was very risk averse to post it on social media. But then when you gave me like very specific things to focus on other than myself, and I just was focusing on the message that I was trying to put out to the world, it became like so easy. And you were just like, girl, you've been sitting on all this time and had no idea that all this stuff was just sitting right here beneath the surface waiting to come out. And so I really thank you for the encouragement and for the direction to just like, hey, you can do this. The belief. Sometimes you have to borrow belief from
Yeah.
other people. That's another thing that community is good for. You know, you borrow your belief from others until you get the confidence in yourself to do the execution for the things that you're growing into. So that was amazing.
Yeah, and in our community, we do reps, we do activities. In fact, we got the visibility challenge coming up next month. But at first, when I call her, I was like, before I knew, I thought she was, she was a caterer. And then I'm like, I know she know more than this because she always coming with these ideas late at night and stuff. And she was call her the caterer. That was her name for the longest. Call her the caterer. Call her the caterer. And then we started doing activities, and I'm like, all right, let's see what she. At first, I was like, I'm gonna see what she do. Let me see. And when she did the first, I remember when you did your first video, and then you started posting more, and you started posting more. I was like, okay, Carla. And now, look, she goes with the flow. She'll take the challenge and make it content for her own things. But shout out to you for that because it does take courage, and I've seen your confidence just continue to build. Like it's there, but it's even getting more if it makes sense. Like I see you, continue like your serving season. I know that's a whole nother topic, but you have always served. And in doing that serving season, did you what would you tell the listeners and viewers as far as how has that shaped you too in rediscovering who you are?
Well, one of the things I've always done ever since I was in elementary school, middle school, is doing some form of community service. Going to Catholic school, I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and it was very much an intricate part of the culture in our community there to give something back to the community that you're operating in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always been very important to me. And what I learned during the opportunities that I had to serve is that you acquire different skills, you get to build relationships with different people, and all of that because you're just in this environment. So you're with these people that really just want to show up and be of service to others. And then you kind of like get into like your own sub community or like your other family, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And um I will also say, that cert when you are in your season of like I tell people, there's a season of stillness, there's a season of serving, and there's a season of shining, right? You can shine in all three. You can shine in all three, but when you're in your season of stillness, in this season of waiting on the next move, when God is telling you to be still for a minute, be still. Your time is coming, but while you in your stillness, you work on you. You know what I'm saying? You love on you. You continue to put that internal work in. When you in your serving season, you still doing it with love. You still shining with it, but you serve because I don't know if you ever heard this is like a maybe a southern thing. Too many people, too many cooks in the kitchen. And
Oh
I
yeah,
say,
we yeah. I'm familiar with that phrase. Too many kids cooks in the kitchen. You don't need that. Or when we're kids, they used to say we got all these chiefs and no Indians. Everybody want to be the boss till it's time to pay the bill. Okay.
that part. But that what I say is some people, when you're serving, some people are not used to serving because they used to be in the forefront. Got to be in the front. I got to be all up on the mic or whatever. But I truly believe that's like when I was the on the women's ministry at when in church years ago for my sister's keeper as the vice president. I had a chance to serve women and just I was humble with it, but I got a chance to see all the intricate parts too. The highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, the work, the grind behind the scenes, just to even what community is, and really seeing that, okay, what to do, not to do when I start mine. Um, I would say, and or what would you say too? Like the biggest challenge about rediscovering yourself. Um, I think for some of us, one of the biggest challenges is you really have to grieve and let go of old identities. You have
Yes,
to shit. You have to grieve you. Like I know we go through grief in life when we lose a loved one, but even with that, losing a loved one, you're gonna be different. You're gonna be different, but you have to agree the old version of you. And I'm gonna tell you, when you agree the old version of you, oh my gosh, I feel like it's warfare because you're trying to go this. You have a new mindset. You have this vision and things like that. But there are gonna be people, habits, environments that are trying to keep you where you used to be. That's why it's so important that one, you stay prayed up, but really truly limiting those old identities, and don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty about choosing yourself. It's so important to choose yourself daily. Daily. Growth is daily. You want to add to that?
absolutely. I would say, in addition to grieving the person you used to be, or the person that you are letting go of, I would say you also have to release yourself from the guilt. Forgive yourself for waiting, and not feeling like, oh my God, it's too late. I let all these things pass me by. I'm behind everyone else. When stop comparing to other people. You are on your own journey. You're in your own lane. So it takes as long as it takes for you to get the lessons you need, for you to acquire the knowledge that you need to grow into the person that you're becoming. So you are at any given moment in time exactly where you're meant to be. Embrace that, lean into that, um, accept that, okay, the best time to change and to do something about your situation is always now. So you can't change what happened yesterday. That's in the past. Think about where you are right now. Think about where you want to go and who you want to be, and what version of you has to evolve for you to get that. You know, some people want to be the CEO, but you can't be the CEO still operating like an employee. There's a mind shift that has to happen.
That part.
There's a habit shift that has to happen. You can't do employee habits and wanting to be a CEO. You got to figure out, what do I need to do? And to be fair, there's no automatic rule book on how you need to do it, what you need to do. But what there is clues. They say success leaves clues. Get around the people that are doing the job you want, say you want to do. If you want to be a speaker, you need to be in a community with other speakers so that you can figure out, what are they doing with their time. How are they using and spending their time when they're not on stage speaking? You know, what kind of research is involved in creating the perfect keynote speech? Or how do you talk to different clients, whether it's corporate or faith-based or education or whatever? You have to figure out what it is you want to help people accomplish, or what kind of problem you're going to solve for them, and then you have to develop that. Then you got to figure out all the pieces to it. It's a system. It's not just getting on stage and talking for an hour about anything, any topic under the sun. There's a very intentionality behind it for you to, take people from where they are to where they want to go. So you have to really, really be intentional about that. And rediscovering yourself, you have to really want whatever that next thing is,
Yeah.
more than you want the comfortability of being where you are. People don't want to change. Change is difficult. Make no mistake about it. People want to see you in the box that they've placed you in the capacity that they've come to know you, because that's comfortable and it's familiar. So you have to be really, really comfortable and strong. You have to want the next version of you so badly that you can relinquish all the things that might go with the current version of you. That might mean losing some relationships. That might mean not being able to be in certain circles anymore. And that's okay, because when you outgrown a room, the
Mhm.
worst thing that you can do is stay in that room that's keeping you small. You want to always be going into different rooms.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Ooh, put some mics in the chat for that. Like, um, you made great points. And when you said that whole comparison, like there's only one you. There's only one you. My path is not your path. Carla's path is not your path. And so often at times, and especially in women, we strive for perfection. We strive for perfection before we get it out there. We strive for perfection and all these things. Maybe the imposter syndrome kicks in. And what I will say, when you are rediscovering and rebuilding, sometimes you can't look over here, you can't look over there. You got to stay focused on the focus, and the focus is you. What I mean by that, don't allow this social media to rob you of your joy. Why? Because if you are trying to build, speaking, coaching, whatever the thing you trying to do out there, create or whatever you trying to create, and you go see somebody else doing it, right? There's nothing wrong with studying people's craft. There's nothing wrong watching and having your own flavor. But when you're watching and now you got that comparison, like, oh my God, I gotta go get this light. Oh my God, I gotta go get this backdrop. Like, that comparison will rob you of your joy. So just make sure that when you are in your rediscovery phase, and there should be always something you're rediscovering about you, every year. We're not supposed to be the same we were last year, 5 years ago, last month, last week, yesterday. Every day we wake up, right? It's a chance to start over. It's a chance to really truly tap into what God has created us to be. Um, so thank you for sharing that. And I will say too, now that we've talked about the challenges of rediscovering, but the reward. Let me back up real quick, because I am Auntie. Hope I'm saying that right.
Oh, that's Auntie Ree.
Auntie
Hey,
Ree,
Auntie Ree.
hey, Auntie Ree, she said she reclaimed her identity and now she helped others do the same. This is another thing I wanted. The reason why I kept this point up, because here is the thing, and I don't know who needs to hear this. In every challenge you go through, in every setback that you go through, look at the lessons learned from it. And I say that because so many of us have birthed purpose out of pain. So many of us have birthed purpose out of pain. Um, so I for her to say, hey, I went through this grief identity for 3 years and now she's helping others do the same. So many of you guys are called to show others how you've overcome something, how you transformed, or whatever the case may be. And when you have that, package that up, coach it, speak it, facilitate it, and all the things. And so thank you for sharing that, Auntie Ree. But the rewarding part about rediscovering yourself, that I feel like, and you want to go first, and then I'll follow up with you. What was the
Sure.
most rewarding part about once you rediscover who is Carla?
Well, I'll tell you, I think I touched on it a little bit before when I was sharing that. I'm a career changer, I'm a transitioner. So I've worked for many, many years in office administration. And I found that although I was good at that, I was great at customer service, I was great at those types of things, it really wasn't fulfilling me. I really wasn't feeling like I was being my full self. I feel like I was maybe operating at like 20 to 30% capacity when I knew that I had so much more in me that could be shared. And so transition into education, it's where I feel the most at peace. I feel the most in tune and aligned. So I know that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I have limitless ideas that come to me. Like you said, I could be, whether I'm on a bus or whether I'm sitting at home or whether I'm even in class sometimes, I get ideas from all sorts of things. And when you have to work with students, particularly students that are what they call neurodivergent. I've worked with a lot of autistic children, and one of the things you have to learn is that they just learn in a different way. they interact with information and process things a little differently. So you have to be creative. How can I unlock this lesson for this kid who maybe is very brilliant, but because nobody has taken the time to figure out how they communicate, they haven't unlocked a way for him to be able to, share what he knows with everyone else. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out because you only get one chance to be 12 or 13 or 14. You know what I mean? You don't get a chance to do that over. So I want him to have the best experience he can while I'm, working with him or her. And so that was one of the things that I really got to notice about myself in the rediscovery of being working in education. I got an opportunity to tap into things that I never thought. Like a lot of times we are very linear in the way we think about stuff.
Yeah.
We only think about, oh, when I'm a teacher, I can only do X, Y, Z. No, but as a teacher, guess who I get to bring to the teacher role? I get to bring my role as a mother and my experience in nurturing and loving kids. I get to bring, my positive youth development experience and talking to kids at a level where they can understand and relate to what I'm saying to them. I get to bring my administration skills because you have to be very organized in how you present the information both to administrators and to your peers. So it's like I get to bring all of who I am to that role. You don't abandon the skills and you don't abandon some of the things that you have in your toolkit. You just get to use them and apply them in a different way.
Yes, 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 yes. That part. Um, and I feel like for me, some of the most rewarding things I've learned about myself is that I have clear purpose now. Like I not just more confidence, but clear purpose and intentional living. Like I'm so intentional now, y'all, on what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to make sense. And even in this season I'm in, and before I say yes to anything, I pray about it. Like I have to pray for clarity first before I just say yes. And be okay with the yes or be okay with the no. Another thing about I feel like it's the most rewarding is the freedom to be authentic,
Yes,
the freedom to be yourself. Listen, I tell people this is if people who know me outside of this will tell you I'm like this all the time.
absolutely. That's what I love about you. What you see is what you get. It don't change Sunday through Sunday. It's the same person all the time. And especially when you think about this, when you do business with people, you want to do business with people you know, like and trust. One thing I can tell you about Coach Tressa is she is 100% authentically herself
Thank you.
all of the time. And that's why it's easy to do anything that support anything that you're behind, because I know that you operate with a certain integrity and you operate with a certain excellence. Like you're not going to ask anything from someone that you're not willing to do yourself, you
Yeah.
know? And so that's really easy to do.
Yeah.
And you want to do, it makes me want to be my best self. Like I said, when I see you doing things and operating in a certain capacity, it's like, am I really doing enough? Am I really being, the best version of me? Am I being my most authentic self? And if I'm not, mirror check, let's get it together.
That part, okay. Heart, yes, 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 that part. But I genuinely want to see people winning, especially women. Because we go through things sometimes in life where we'll suffer in silence. I used to be one of the ones that would suffer in silence or felt like that, especially in the corporate world, being in a high executive role. I feel like that if I maybe ask or, hey, this is too much on my plate, it showed a sign of weakness. No, no, the opposite. Um, but I genuinely want to see women win. And it amazes me to see even the women in our community. Like I'm seeing you guys launch stuff, execute stuff, be more confident. That's the thing, being more confident. But guess what, y'all? It took for energy. It took for the right energy to do that. And being your authentic self, I used to struggle with the corporate side because a lot of people couldn't handle my personality. Like you go in the corporate office and be like, I just had that. Hey, John. How you doing, John? How you doing? Look at you. Now, I know I'm a little extra in the morning. They're like, girl, we just got into the building. No, this is the day. This is the day. It's a new day. Come on. And then they say, I got them, look, acting like me. Hey, T. Hey, Coach T. But it really is an energy thing with me. So that's why in this season, I am so protected of this. In fact, put that in the chat. I am the gift. When you are the gift, when you know that you are worthy, valuable, and you have something to bring to this world, the gifts that's inside of you, the talents that God has blessed you with, you have to protect it all costs. The energy, the creativity, the peace that surpasses all understanding, because we don't operate out of chaos or confusion. No, we operate out of confidence and clarity. So the fact that I have the freedom to be myself, even when I'm in the corporate spaces, because they say that's why we booked you because of your energy. I'm like, oh, for real? Because I do ask, girl. I be like, oh my gosh, I'm about to walk in here. They don't look like me. They don't talk like me. Oh my God. Ooh, God said, stop questioning. Stop questioning where I position you. There's a
Yes.
reason why you there. Okay. So I take pride in continuing to be authentic, because I do want women to look at me like I have a responsibility. Like Carla was joking of that, girl, people know you. I'm like, I'm just an everyday person. I'm just like everybody else, but I know that where I'm going, I have to continue to be the light, the inspiration, the motivation, encouragement. And guess what? What you see is what you get. It's got to be consistent behavior. That's another thing too. You got to be consistent on and off the field.
Yes.
You don't
Yes.
just show up on this in one way, and then when the cameras is off, you
You said a whole mouthful right there. And it's funny because I saw a thing they usually associated with sports, but it happens in every arena, right? What you do,
yeah,
what you do sometimes is what you do all the time. So if you behind the scenes, you're not reading, you're not studying, you're not, developing your craft, you can't just get on stage magically and be like this top-notch speaker. You have to practice for hours and hours. People see the end result. They don't see the hours that goes into behind the scenes from, reworking how you maybe, flow with the conversation. You might start it off one way and shift it. And then you might say, wait a minute, I don't like the way they transition from that, that part of my speech to the next part. And you say, you know what? This other story would really fit well there. So you definitely are doing a lot of work behind the scenes that people don't know. And you have to do it at a high level. Like you can't think about it. Like I'm gonna think about something that most people can relate to. If you graduated from anything, from high school or college or technical school or whatever, when you are going to graduate, you practice, right? You rehearse for that thing so that you don't get up on stage and it look all discombobulated. They want to make sure everything happens in decency and in order so that it can be efficient, so that it can flow. And so you have to do the same thing in other areas of your life. You have to prepare by putting into practice the habits that will build your way to success.
Yes. And I know before we close out, just doing a post check. How you feeling? I'm so glad you're
I
here.
feel good.
Yeah,
I
she
feel
came on
great.
the camera. I said, okay, the peach. Okay, and the lipstick. Okay.
I know, because I don't really do makeup too much, and I still don't. I just put a little lipstick on. That's about all you're gonna get.
It still looks good, girl. Still looks good. Okay. Uh but how y'all feeling? How y'all feeling in the chat? Put some one if you feeling good. If you feeling good and ain't nothing gonna steal your joy this weekend, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat. Yes. Let me just go and shout out some people and before we end out, because we got 2 questions, then we're gonna head out. Shout out to the Confident Woman Experience community that's showing up. Like y'all, I really appreciate y'all for real. Persephone and Trisha and Jessica, Priscilla, Ashley, all the amazing things. We got Janita from Lions Behavior. We got Kanisha. Shout out Miss Kanisha. Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday. I left you a message this morning. I don't know if you got it. Girl, it was 8 minutes. Just if y'all got an 8-minute message, just put a 2 in the chat for me. If I be leaving y'all long messages, I'm about to see. I want to see who's gonna call me out. If I've ever left y'all a
Look,
message,
I'm gonna raise my hand because I ain't right now. I'm gonna raise my hand because I done got a 9-minute voicemail. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I said, who leaves a 9-minute voicemail?
girl, me, because I be done walk the block and whatever. Oh, shout out to Sam from Lions Behavior. Shout out to Mr. Ramsey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for always being in the corner. Who else we got? Auntie Ree. And where'd she go? See, there she goes. She said, I'm gonna leave the stage and come back. Okay. Trisha Love with listen, y'all. I'm about to jump a short clip today. For those who missed the confident walk last week, I'm gonna drop a separate. Oh Jesus! Oh, she's gonna come back and we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna be practicing when she come back. But oh, Kanisha said she got my reggae song. Yeah, I song y'all.
Yes.
I song. I did. I gave her gospel, regular, and reggae. Booyaka,
Yes.
booyaka, booyaka. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes. Happy birthday, Coach Kanisha.
Who is Sharice Jig 47?
That's my good friend Sharice Green. Shout out Sharice. Hey.
Hey, Sharice. Make sure you follow me, love. Hey, Auntie Ree. Auntie, is it Auntie Ree? Is that your auntie?
Yep. No, Auntie Ree is another amazing speaker and transformation life coach. She's in the next level speaking community as well.
Hold on. Why is Persephone doing 2, 3, and 4? Why is she? Is that? I feel like she throwing shit. Listen. All right, y'all mess with me. Y'all gonna start getting 10-second messages. That's it. I ain't.
Look, first of all, you can't. You look. It take you 10 seconds just to say, "Hey." You is not gonna leave no 10-second message. That's how you open up.
I'm being my feelings now. No, I can't even be in my feelings, man.
I know you can't help it because can't nobody steal your joy.
Ain't nobody.
That part.
But where you at in life? I'm gonna do 10 seconds. Hey, Persephone, I'll talk to you later. See you on your one-on-one Tuesday. Bye. Click. She gonna put 2, 3, and 4. Ooh. But so what does being convicted to grow look like for you in this season of your life?
Well, being convicted to grow for me looks like not allowing other people to stifle what God planted in me. I'm just going to keep watering myself through being in the right relationships, being in the right communities, and continuing to do the work, continue to do the work that fuels me and makes a lasting impact.
Yes. I love it, y'all. We all should be convicted to growing. If you're not convicted to growing, something wrong. You need to be convicted to growing, and once you become convicted to growing, be committed to growing. One last thing. Oh, make sure y'all go pick her up. She's on all the platforms at Carla Shelton Speaks. Make sure y'all go pick her up on IG, all the platforms, Facebook, and all the amazing things. What's one piece of encouragement you'll leave with someone who's in the middle of rediscovering themselves?
I would encourage people to really embrace your authentic self. If you could take away all of your titles, you're not a mom, you're not a sister, you're not a daughter, you're not a wife, and you just get to the essence of who you are as a person. What brings you joy? Embrace that, because life is too short to do anything but be you.
Yeah, that part. And I look forward to seeing what God does in the remainder of 2026 in your journey, your entrepreneur journey, your speaking journey. I thank God that we are connected. Look, I don't think you can get rid of me now. I didn't pass the probationary period,
Yes, you are in the circle of trust. Yes.
But no, thank you once again. And I look forward to seeing just more of you, just stepping out your shell, and just looking forward to us continue to build our personal brands as well as the brand that I'm building with Convicted to Grow. Like, y'all got some things coming up, but y'all just wait and see. Real quick, next week, shout out to Janita who gave me this idea. So next week we are going to be live, and I think it's going to be a solo episode next week. So yeah, it's gonna be just me, but we're gonna do some recap. So we're gonna recap these last three amazing ladies that's been a part of the season 2 launch and talk about. But I owe y'all some explanations because y'all probably like, girl, where you been the last 6 months? But I do want to share a couple things and come on here. So yeah, so and I think I'm gonna be. I don't know. You stick around. We may do 2 drawings at the end. Probably 2 Cash App. Lunch on me. I'm feeling generous. So, yeah, 2 Cash App drawings. Now you gotta
Nice.
stay here for the whole thing. Don't be just coming and no lavish. No, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that because I know who been rocking with me since season 1 and season
Okay.
2. Don't be coming at no 10:58. But we're gonna do 2 Cash App drawings next week. Okay. So
Yeah. I see a post in the chat from my partner in purpose, Coach Persephone. She mentioned a shout out on Monday nights. You can catch us live on Instagram for our Coached Up, Prayed Up. So you can come check us out at Instagram at 7 o'clock on Monday nights.
yes, 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 yes. Now she say no stuck like girl, we talking about the lash glue. Which glue we talking about? Because them glues get
Not the lash glue. Oh,
she said stuck like
yes.
yes, 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 yes. Yes,
Goodness.
coached up, prayed up, live. Yes, yes, yes. And listen, thank y'all for rocking with me. I appreciate y'all. Follow me every Friday morning. As I always say, let me stand up for this. Hold on. It's time for the benediction. Hold on. Will there be one? Will there be one? As I always say, life is a journey. Life is priceless, and to some, life is short. But while you here on God's green earth, you recognize who you are. Recognize the seasons that you're in, whether it's a stillness season, a serving season, or a shining season. But regardless of whatever season you in, rediscover something about yourself that you didn't know before. Maybe there's a new interest that you like and that you want to pursue. Maybe it's that passion, that gift that's been dormant way too long that just needs to be stirred up. You have the potential to conquer anything that you put your mind to. Just know we are rooting for you. And as I always say, the best is yet to come. Love y'all. See y'all next week.